evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the weekly WAYPN. I'm Cal.
I'm Sunny.
AKA
Henry and Sangita.
So she says.
Oh.
Or maybe we set up these profiles years ago to hide our true identities. Dun 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 dun.
When I look at you at this angle, it almost looked like you had a black tooth. It's hilarious. You don't have one, but yeah, it was funny. It's me!
So, because we didn't get the review out in time, Joseph left her itty bitties out. So, you want to read?
A few hours more work done. I think green suit is ready for vanishing. Vanishing, he said. Okay, it's gone. That's why it's not here. Lonely lady needs her hair and hat done. She's got a hat.
Yes.
That looks like a stick. But okay, and perhaps a glaze over the lantern to smooth out the light?
I don't think the light is like... I think it's fine. But let's take a look. So...
yeah, it does look like a straight line of yellow.
maybe just some blending. But, you know, I think the skin looks good. I think the thing is that, you know, you either go all out with skin or you just do okay. Because especially female skin, because like guys will have definition or they'll have rougher areas than women.
Yeah.
So it's usually going to be very smooth. But whereas the guys are just like, alright, and then jagged cut. You know? I think
when they've got the abs.
The regen suit girl looks fine. You know, I don't think that there's anything wrong with either of them. But I really do like the soft, subtle lighting effect coming from the lantern.
Yeah.
See, it's not overstated at all. It's very nice and soft. So I think that's come together very nicely. But yeah, I think maybe just like Sunny's right, it is a line.
It is a line.
Not alignment, but a line.
Line of yellow.
Sorry, everyone. We stuffed up. Next up, we've got Cyan. You want to read?
Not the best photo, but been working on my Assault Terminator's first Brotherhood of Steel Squad from my Templars. Sorry. Finally found a way to make white work. Corks white base, several smooth layers, then once dry, a 2:1 mix, contrast medium, apothecary white. I tell you, my whites look and feel better.
Well, okay, can we zoom? It's a bit choppy.
Well, it does look very white to me.
Yeah, like I can see some subtle texturing with it, but sorry, not texturing, you know,
shading.
Yeah, shading.
Which is correct.
Yeah, but like I think at the distance they're at, unless we get it close up, we won't really be able to tell. But I mean, like, they look fine from this distance. There's nothing wrong with them. But yes, black against white is the terrible bad way to do it. So Peter.
My imps
has done a video. So let us see.
They're on the blood resin core of basis.
Alright, let's take a look. How is there sound?
Is that sound? Can you hear anything?
I hear a tick, 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 tick. It's probably an engine. I think Peter's exploded. I hear the yappy bird.
The yappy bird.
You know the ones that scream for food?
Like
you know
that?
the ones that scream for food from us?
Oh, you mean the butchie birds?
Yeah, the butchie bird.
Well, they're called the butcher bird, but we call it butchie birds.
Yes, we gave them some food because they'll get rid of snakes around the place.
Well, I like the yellow is very yellow.
The yellow is very intense, and
Yeah.
that's what his aim was. But I should stop doing in such a way before it stuffs up the whole thing and do it like this. Yes,
Yeah, see,
that's not
he's done very nice color contrast.
Oh, the contrast is amazing because you've got black against that yellow.
And look at the green he's used for the eyes. Very nice emerald green going there. And it's so clean too.
It is very clean.
Yeah,
it's very clean.
And I think that is something that Peter is very good at, is making these clean paint jobs. I mean, look at that face. I can see everything on that face.
Yeah, they're very, very neat and tidy.
I like the toenails.
Yes, the toenails are good.
The tongues are very nice. Very well done, Mr. Peter.
It's very clean. Okay, so I think as per usual he's aiming for character level. So I honestly don't think he should have put the matte varnish on
the base. But to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the sort of environmental concept was with the base.
I think because they're meant to sort of be like chaos halflings.
I do get that it's chaos. I mean, obviously from the blood and the skulls, but as an environment, I don't understand where they're supposed to be. So I can't really know how to properly feedback.
That's fair enough. And I do think that perhaps he sort of wanted to fix up the things where it looks like some of the bases floated up a bit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the black lining in the middle.
Yeah, like that's the actual base within there.
Oh.
That's what I believe is going on.
Oh. I thought he used like a...
Yeah, he used the thing. So he glued the skulls onto the base, and then he did a resin pour over that.
Oh, okay.
Whereas maybe what he should have done is just a resin pour over like skulls glued together.
Yeah, I think that could have worked out a bit easier.
I don't know. It's a bit 6 one way, half a dozen the other.
I think he just did what he...
But I do think one thing. Like, they're very nice, they're very good, yeah. But especially with the bases showing through, he's got a black rim these now.
Oh, on the side all the way
Yeah,
black.
on the sides, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
But other than that, I think they're really good. Like, I'm trying to look for, like, an area where I think that he can actually get, some difference.
I think the only thing I would say is, like, if he's going for character level... I think some of the imps, he could maybe do a bit more detailing in the face, like maybe adding some whites in the eyes or a little bit of shade in the mouth.
Well, when we looked in, they did have a fair bit of detail.
The ones with tongues, tiny. Yes.
They're teeny tiny.
Okay.
All right, next up we've got James, and he
James
won
Victor.
something. He won something. What did you win, James?
Let me see. Where?
He's James Victor.
Oh!
What has he won?
I don't know.
You can't just come in and declare yourself the winner.
He won himself.
He won himself. He's just like the Buddha.
I am the winner.
Yeah, he's found it. He's found his own victory.
And then
I am my own victory.
I am.
All right. So let's take a look at him.
Okay. Finally got the touch-ups done. My first kit bash, but this is my interrogator chaplain for my DA successor. Trying to get it painted to tabletop standard.
And James, just so you know, we have a rule that if you don't explain the acronym, we have to make fun of it.
Yeah, okay.
So
I had thought of an acronym, but it's too dirty for our channel. So I will say my don't ask successor.
Don't ask. Yes. Well, they kind of are the don't ask successors.
Don't ask who I am. Don't.
He's the interrogator chaplain for the don't ask.
Don't ask. That's correct. See, it fits. It fits.
Alright, trying to get it painted to tabletop standard.
Also, any advice for eyes would be greatly appreciated as my hands are basically constantly shaking.
Okay, so for constantly shaking hands, I have this because it runs in the family a bit. One of the biggest things is have both of your hands in constant contact. So let's say that you've got a model holder. Honey, can you explain what I'm doing right now?
So what he has is his left hand is bracing his right hand wrist. So the left thumb and the left pinky is cupping the right wrist. Okay, so he's almost sort of using the wrist is bracing against the right wrist is bracing against the left palm, and he's securing it in place with his thumb and pinky finger, so that only the right thumb and index finger are moving.
Moving the brush.
Moving the brush.
The imaginary brush in this case. But the big thing is, so you hold the mini in this other hand, right? Which is braced against your other hand, right? That way, if you shake, your whole hand shakes at the same rhythm.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
And that's sort of the theory behind it.
Intrigued.
So he wants some tips with constantly shaking hands. Yeah, because I can see
okay.
he's got some trouble with that right there.
There's no worries here, Mr. Victor. All you need to do is you can color the eyes. It's all right if it goes out of the line. You just touch it back up with black.
So one of the things that Alan said to do, this is Alan O'Brien, is what you do is first you paint the eye area and then you paint around the eye area. So you do the eye as the very first thing.
Yeah.
And then you paint around it so that you don't have to be as neat and tidy with the thing.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, look. I understand the colour shaking thing. Colour scheme is good. I like you've got a very readable model. That's the most important thing.
For tabletop. Yeah.
Yep. So the only thing I would say is maybe get a bit more shade on the Crozaris, I think it's called. Crozaris or something like that. That's what the...
Crozaris.
She mocks us, Victor.
Yes. I'm allowed
That's why you're the winner, because you don't have to deal with it. But yeah, so...
Shade your croissants, guys.
Crozaris. The Crozaris.
See, you said it.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so that would be the advice that I would give, and we want to see it based up. Basing is really important. Basing can make a terrible model look great.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's about the...
Stop. You are a menace.
I can say it now.
No, you can't. She's a liar. So next up, we got Paul Miller.
Not sure on my last update for the bridge. Things have stalled a bit as I'm having trouble getting a good snow covering. I seriously need some advice on making snow work. I still need to add ice bags to the second...
Ice bags
to the second side of the bridge, and where you can see the black island. It's only a placeholder at the moment. A friend saw my original version of the bridge over a lava river and wanted a Norse theme version. The old wooden bridge was broken up or washed away, so a new stone bridge was built. I'm happy enough with what I've created so far, except the snow covering. I really need some ideas, tips, advice to make it work properly.
So, as for advice, I would say try different number of flocks. It looks like with what you've got here, you show one of the flocks that you're currently using.
Ooh. $10.95 for white powder. Hiya.
So there's Do you know the ones I've got? I'm going to go to the other room and
the
find them.
AK Interactive.
I do believe they're AK Interactive, but can you scroll through and talk to the man while I...
Talk to the man.
Yes, talk to the man!
About his poor choices in white. I'm leaving you. White.
Find things.
White powder. I can find cheaper white powder elsewhere. It's called the grocery store. Making bad jokes online. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, yes, we did mention that we really liked the way that you have done the river. No, is it a river? The big body of water. And
I was right. As per usual. Every time I'm talking to you.
Well, I was making commentary, actual commentary.
I was trying to make a joke.
Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. Ha.
So yeah, Sunny's right. It's AK Interactive. AK Interactive Snow. It's quite heavy when you put it on, and quite thick. So you can thin it out considerably and sort of
layer up.
Yeah. And that's probably a good way of doing things. Also, there's different types of snow. So they've got something called micro balloons, right? Which is essentially snowdrift, I think. So like stuff which is fallen, whereas that's the actual snow is more heavy snow. Unfortunately, some of the times it's just a case of getting the right product, because that other one I don't think was the best.
The micro balloon one, yeah.
No, not the micro balloon. Like, this one he had here looks like the old Games Workshop style.
But you like the old
I do like the old Games Workshop style, but the way that he's describing that he wants certain things, right? I think that sort of packed snow from the AK Interactive would work better for icebergs.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that that will hopefully help, because I take a look at this over here, right? And I see that he doesn't have models on that other area while they're playing. So over here. Yeah. Because he's got models here and here, right? But no models over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Yeah, right? I think he's leaving that space blank for something.
Well, no. What I mean to say, right, is if he intends for this to have things on it, you know, I'm not quite sure whether, like, that's something he intends or not. So I don't know whether, like, this will just be purely aesthetic, or it will be something that will be played on.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Look, it's looking good thus far. I think, you know, much like what you said, essentially, like, this bit's, you know, not looking as good as you want it. I think it's looking good pretty much elsewhere. But really try out that AK Interactive. I think it's like 20 Australian or something like that.
I wouldn't know. I didn't see.
But yeah, give that a shot, because he says, you know, yeah, I think that's probably, I think unfortunately you're just going to have to get some different effects. The only one I can really recommend is that AK one, because I've been trying to find decent snow since I lost my... well, I didn't lose it. I just used all of the Games Workshop.
What if we get it from the eBays or something?
We can't, because it's made in like the 90s.
Well, that's why eBay always have the 90s, 70s.
Yes, and I don't want to pay $120 for, you know, essentially crushed cancer.
You can use the asbestos from your roof. Kidding, obviously kidding.
Alright, let us move on before we're copyright struck and everything is destroyed. Davis! Davis! You, I see all of these things. None of these things look painted. And my wife tells me, She tells me that you haven't actually painted, but you've made some sort of excuse. So I guess read out, and I'll like a 18th century lady, faint on the bed.
Okay. Posting because Sangita called me out. And honestly, it has been a while since I put any updates in here, and I can admit that a big part of that reticence has been my utter lack of having got any painting done beyond basic priming. I'm hoping I can be in a place to turn that around soon, as I have a big plan to sort out my hobby space and get a dedicated painting area back. I'm just holding off until my next block of leave to get it done. Winky face. But in the meantime, well, I've been building, although not as much as I'd have liked. Oh my god, honey. He's put on my fluffy pink robe and hiding behind the door.
And tell me it's not so.
No, he's exposing himself and his black undershirt because
it's a normal shirt.
Yes.
You're making it worse than it is.
It's an well, that's what you're trying to be. You're trying to be some old Victorian woman.
How dare you?
My pink
What
fluffy
will my
robe.
husband say?
Oh my
but
god.
he's a brute.
Oh, that video is hilarious. Well, okay, back to the point. Let me see here.
Runway.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Apparently I put my clothes backwards, as you do. But in the meantime, while I've been building, although not as much as I'd have liked, I did give my honey, he's covered my face.
Long story short, Duffy says,
excuse.
I will not paint because I don't love.
Have to. Remember the days when he used to paint on nothing but a tray? Now he needs a whole space. Come on, man. What?
Wolf. Oh man.
Spellcrow.
No, I just love the names for the things because like rather than say because they can't say the Games Workshop name, so they just say Wolf Knight Jump Pack, and then it's furry / wolf cloak
tabards.
Alright, so what I realised.
Oh, he's got some battle text.
I realised I almost stuffed everything up again by...
No, it's... Oh, no. Okay, I see what you've done there.
Yes, and I will look again soon. Duffy, traitor of the paint.
Battletech, Urban Mech Lance, apparently. More Battletech.
There's a lot of Battletech. What is this?
A Snord.
It's
a cloud.
It's a cloud.
I'm sure it's a jetpack cloud that he's gotta put. Oh wow!
Yo! So many.
Too many to paint.
Apparently.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually.
This is a priming.
No, this is just he's completing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, we honestly like seeing people just finish stuff up. I remember these guys from back in the day.
Z-Day. Is that Lion?
No.
Not.
So this was a not a chapter master, because they had masters instead of captains. So I think he's a master of the thingy.
Oh, what's happened to his face?
He's a metal model. That's what's happened to his face.
I see. Look at that.
They're so clean.
Yes. Oh, it's our baby Yoda.
Yes.
Baby Yoda.
Grogu.
And Headless Horseman, got it?
Yes.
These look like resin, honey, are they? Resin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys are resin. There's a lot of peoples here.
Yes, and I have the sneaking suspicion that Mr. Dauphin is not going to be painting any of them.
No! That's impossible.
He's only just building, and then he's gonna stop.
I saw somebody who recently did like a conversion for this.
This is quite fun looking.
Well, it looks like a go-kart, unfortunately.
Oh.
Like, I think it looks better the other way that it's that I've seen people do it up, but I won't get into that. So.
Oh, look at that.
That's a
Wolverine I saw.
In short, he has been doing up
many building projects.
Yes, many building projects.
Good job. Good job so far.
David, paint something.
Yeah.
Just one thing. And say,
even if it's a face.
Yes.
With no shading.
Why you let him off like this?
Okay, a face fully shaded.
Why you let him off like this?
With eyes and moustache and everything.
Well, now it has to be a guy with a mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, you just tell him to do up a face.
A face must be finished by the end of this week.
Yes, there we go.
Mr. Duffeed.
One face.
One face.
No, I do it again.
Completely achievable.
Alright, 4 more Kingdom Death monies.
Monies?
Monies.
What?
They're not monies, but I like to say it that way.
Oh, okay. Anyway, look at the green. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's looking a lot better with some extra highlights.
Wow.
But the basing, excelente.
Excelente.
I do the okay sign while I say it because it
I
looks
do
good.
wonder if he should have made the shield extra shiny. Just because...
Well, he said that he wanted it to be painted.
I understand, but it seemed like a feature
How are these poses?
Very correct. Yes.
Unlike these screenshots.
I think he blended out the lantern a bit, yeah.
The skin's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I really like what he's done with the skin.
But I think it's at the rear end that the skin looks best.
Very smooth.
But I think that the hair could use
a bit more a different contrasting color.
I think it looks a bit too within the red/orange to be blonde, you know? Because I think that's what he's sort of going for.
I think he could make it paler essentially.
Yeah, well, like more sandy color.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I get what you're saying there. All right.
Well, I think it's looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Yes.
And this is where Cyan says that he's poor because people love him. Ha!
Yes.
Well, you want to read out?
Some 20 hours later and first company smashes are done. Minus varnish and gloss. Getting there with each brushstroke. I feel with these I have improved my game a lot, but more can be done. PSA, the reason I have been using just pure snow on my bases, I'm a broke bugger because saving for wedding. And I said congratulations.
Yes, but I'll tell you this. You can find rocks and dirt anywhere.
For free.
For free. Even in cursed places like Chicago.
I don't understand the joke, but okay.
Okay. I don't think he lives in Chicago.
Who cares where he lives? You got dirt.
Yes. Everyone has dirt.
Everyone can find dirt.
And some rocks.
Rocks.
Some rocks. They're outside.
They're outside.
Just don't eat them.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, they are looking very clean.
So I don't mind the big, thick highlights here, right, for this style. I think that looks better because of just the way they do the Terminators that way. Because their recesses are so deep.
Yeah.
But let's they're doing a little dance.
They are doing a little dance.
Here, let's dance.
That's fun.
Dance. Dance. People are just like watching this and just being like, why am I here?
Wasting my time. Hiya.
So I see a tiny bit of the shading, but not nearly as much. It's very clean white, but I think you're going to need to put more...
A little bit of the recessed shading with a bit of the gray. or some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, try out Soul Blight Grey. See if that works out for you. But I think the white is quite nice and clean. I think you've been a lot cleaner with your lines.
Yeah.
You know, because when you first came on, you were not very clean with your lines. And, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody learns. But, like, my biggest thing would be dirt is literally free.
Yes, dirt free.
And
That's why they say dirt cheap. Haha, padum-tish.
I'd like to officially apologise for my wife's behaviour. So,
Padum-tish. That's how one of the characters laugh from one of the animes.
And so I wanted to comment on this one, right? So Peter said, like, this is sort of his generic display board, right? Now, I've got 2 comments on it, right? So, unfortunately, like, there's no such thing as, like, a generic display board, right? Because if it's generic, there's not going to be, like, sort of anything on it. Like, it's either got to be, like, fantasy, 40k, that sort of thing, right? I think, like, the display board is constructed very nicely, but I do think if you're doing it for, like, Blood Bowl teams, which seems to be what he's doing it for, I think that... Oh, does it just... It gives up on life.
No, you finished it, yeah.
No, it's so it wouldn't let me skip between this once I started the video.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
It's just like, you have failed at life now, and I'm like...
But yeah, you...
So, long story short, I think if you're doing it for Blood Bowl, which seems to be correct because there's 16 slots, and that's how many slots you have in a Blood Bowl league. Right? So, if you're doing it for Blood Bowl, I just think spray some lines on there.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, that's it. You like, as a generic board, you know,
spray some football line. It'll just make it all come together as like a football field, and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be just a cherry on top. Still,
yeah.
Be
Like
generic.
I think that it's constructed very well. I think it looks nice.
It looks great.
But I think, like, if you're going to do that extra step, or like if you're going to go that extra step of making a display board, may as well just do that one little tiny bit extra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And as you can see here, like I mentioned earlier, he's got that chaos base but put in this very nice green pasture grass. And it doesn't really add to understanding what that was meant to be, because it's obviously very out of place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what... Because I'm thinking of Steven's display board.
Where, that's a themed display board.
Yeah.
And I can get that he's like... I want to have a generic display board, so once I've finished a team, I just
put it on there.
Yeah, and it's like, put them on, and there you go.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so I think it looks good. I think, like, it looks fine, just like the right amount of detail, but just the lines.
Yeah, add the lines. Just
some
these
lines.
very simple lines, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So these are no longer covered in whatever it was.
Mr. Jose...
Work begins.
Joseph Malone.
Well, he said that, you know, at one point we called him Joe, and
then he was happy until we said Jojo. And I was like, why you insult me?
Yeah, well, but see, now we just got to call him Jojo.
Okay, Jojo, Mr. Jojo. Work begins on the final 4 models before I can start on the new releases. I'm almost up to date. The movement trays are all but varnished and look good for the job. Don't know if Cork would hold up for larger rank and flank movement trays. I've started work on a full army's worth of these 60mm ones for mortal gods. I let the off a dry more before taking the pics this time. We want to keep the review family friendly. Oh, okay.
That's my fault. He says we want to keep it family friendly, so... No, wait! You're the problem!
What do you mean?
I mean, I hear the words that come out of your body.
Yes. It's called farts. But Okay,
They're
base.
so glossy.
Just that one. Right?
This one too. Look, it's very glossy.
I don't know what's going on, but they look very nice and red.
They are very red.
Rojo.
Well, I found out that like raha, like that's how red started out as a word.
Really?
Like so it's REH R, I think, or something like that. Because like remember when we bought that color psychology book and like it's got all those little tidbits and it's like the word for red has almost never changed and it's like rah.
Rawr. Oh, because it initiated from the dinosaurs. Rawr. And they eat a lot of red stuff. That's why it started out
I'm
that
disappointed that I continue.
Rawr.
Anyway, so the rank and plank bases look good, but I don't know what to say until I actually see them because like there's these triangle ones, right? And I don't know what sort of meant to go on with them.
You got 3 models go on the triangle ones.
Okay, sure. But see, like, since there's not holes for them sort of thing, like...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, it didn't sort of make sense to me mentally.
Okay.
So, like, I sort of expected them to be on things. And, look, it's a good start on these. I think that the actual bases look good. I think, you know, classic Joseph, he's got the 3 elements. You know, he's got, you know, that little bit extra so that, like, it's nice to look at. But at the moment, until, like, I actually see how he's moving the guys on them, and if, like, those are matched to them, I'm sort of sitting here a little like...
What's going on?
Alright, sure. That's something you can do.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh, what is this? Who's this?
It's failure.
A failure. Looks pretty good for failure.
Yes.
Right.
Alright, you can read out and I'll have a good sleep.
I don't want to read it.
Yes, read. Read!
Read. Galaxy wings. All finished. We have the Slanesh wings with the magenta boning and the Bella Costa wings with the black boning. I think each sell their vibes, but I ultimately am still drawn to the black ones. I am quite excitable because Henry is going to print me a new model.
Yes,
and I have started priming him. Well, not the wings.
Yeah, but the actual model failed. Both him and Huitzilopochtli failed.
Yeah, so sad because it was just the one leg that needed to be printed.
Yes,
with the Huitzilopochtli
leg.
Leg.
But yeah, so they're gonna, since they're so big, they're gonna turn into terrain.
Yeah, gonna chop it up and
cut them in half and then just
make them like statues that can fall in.
Coming out of the ground.
Or something.
The ground.
And they'd be like, ooh, what this monkey god? Where he come from?
He liked to bite people.
Yes.
Alright, so I think
I like
they came out well.
Yeah, I really like the black one. And everyone else says the black one is nicer too.
Okay. Well,
I agree.
I see. They want
I
me to
agree
leave.
with the masses.
They don't like the pink one.
But I did the pink one.
Yes. No, I'm talking about me.
But you did the black one.
But I'm the pink one, you get it?
I don't get it.
I don't get you.
I don't understand what you're doing, but okay.
Alright, but yeah, so Talk Tuesday, basically I was saying like you gotta make time. You got to make time. So for example, we were going to see someone tonight.
Well, we were having a guest over, but then they forgot that they had another commitment.
Well, because basically their life has not been 100% the best. And so other commitments stacked up on them. And so we just went to them and gave them a little care
package.
And like, that's what you got to do. You got to make time for people. You got to make time for things. Like, things are always going to go wrong. Things are never going to work out. Well, when I say that, I mean...
that there are times when things don't work out.
Yeah, and it's up to you to fix them. Oh, Oh, brushstroke.
It's Mr. Brush Stroke.
I saw that same
Guy that keeps harassing you on your channel.
We commented about how nice it was, but that same guy. I know that he watches the whole videos. But he kept saying smooth butt brushstroke.
Nah.
But he just uses a peach instead of butt.
Yeah. Who is this man?
Who is it?
Who knows? I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
know.
But yeah, it was a good video, mate.
It was really nice. I have commentary. Mr. Brushstroke.
Alright, give the commentary.
Okay. How do you get the finished product to still look matte after using contrast?
The contrast paint, yeah.
Because like after obviously you've used the correct techniques with it and you were showing how to do it and everything. But once you show the after product and once they're dry, it's like it's still matte, like as if it was painted with base or layer paints. And I'm just like, usually with contrast paint, you know, doesn't matter how good you are with the brush, it still has some level of shiny.
Yeah, semi-gloss
kind of effect on it. And yours one looked perfect, matte. And I'm just like, how?
So 2 days ago, I said, I'm getting close.
And now you are finished.
I'm finished? Okay, so next up we got Calvinoni. Alright, so...
Turtling time. Oh no, sorry, tufting time. I hope this helps.
Actually, yes, it did help. Especially with these ones. Okay, shh. I get to talk now.
I'm gonna have a celebratory cheese.
Okay, you have a celebratory cheese. But with these ones, it really did work because you've got those bits of gravel there, right? The bits of larger rocks. So with these ones, it really does sell the whole effect. Now, he does a few ones, or he, she... you still haven't told us.
We'll continue to call you he until otherwise stated.
You mean to us. But I don't think it works as much with these ones here. So it does improve them, yes. But I think you just need one more element on there, just like another rock. So okay, calm down. But see how on here you've got those little rocks and you've got the tufts, right? It feels like a real environment.
Yes, correct.
Whereas this, right, the tufts look good. They look integrated, right? But it seems like something's missing. It's one of those uncanny valley sort of things. You're like, all right. You think? Well, no, I think it needs just one, like maybe just big rocks, little rocks. It doesn't matter. It just needs something else.
Extra?
Yeah, just...
But aren't you always saying that they gotta all look the same?
I'm saying that they've got to have like at least 3 elements. So like that's... And I really do think, like, you take a look at these guys, and then you take a look at these guys. These guys just, yes, popping off. Absolutely amazing. Like, it's probably also because these were some of my favourites of the paint jobs, but also it's actually having the rocks in there. And then you look at these guys, right? They're good, right? And you look at these guys, but not as good as that. Because you've got that level of contrast. Because, like, not only are there bigger sized rocks, but those other rocks are a slightly different colour to the rest of the ground. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
It needs a little bit of contrast.
But yes, obviously Cal can see that I'm excited. I'm like... Yes.
Finally.
Well, like, because, you know... trying to remember who tried out one of our things where they did the
I think they tried the Zenithal. Wasn't it Cal?
No, was it Cal? I thought it might have been...
was it Paul Strobel or something? One of the Pauls.
Somebody tried out something at some point in time somewhere and we got excited. But yet, I think these guys down here, absolute banger. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. Looks perfect. These guys, just something more. It doesn't matter what it is, just something.
Maybe something grey. Something light.
Blood splatter.
Oh. Oh, blood splatter.
That could be a thing.
That could be a thing.
But yeah, I really do think that it's improved their look a lot. Next up, we've got another lady with us. Ooh la la.
Miss Carrie, Whip Wednesday. It's been a productive week. Oh, productivity. Yet so much to go. Let's see if I can break it down. I finally got color on my Snatcher boss. And
We're trying to keep it family friendly.
Well, that's what she said. Snatcher boss. And have mixed feels about the neon green. I do have my monsters with bright colors, and I am thinking that it could be toned down more once I paint the other pieces. Thoughts? I also got my vulture based. His rider has been also getting painted as well. Still looks pretty messy, but I promise it will be something next week. The terrain board started to get some modeling compound put on the rocks. Glued, okay. I stopped because I need more rocks for the wall. I also have finished almost 9 bolt boys and resin pouring today to swamp bases for my gut rippers.
See, she
helped me.
Yes.
She helped me.
She said I put a hyphen in there.
I put a hyphen in there for you. Thanks.
Because instead of being Good Reaper.
I always end up reading it as Good Reaper.
Yeah.
So now they put the hyphen. I read it correct.
Alright, yes, tournament next week.
Tournament is next week, and I'm trying to finish as much as I can. Although I can still play if not everything is painted. Hooray!
Alright, so let's take a look. I don't think the neon green is too much. I
think it looks quite nice, actually.
I think that you're just thinking it's neon because everything else in which you have done has been quite muted colours.
Yeah.
So even if you take a look at some of the orcs, so like you see the vulture, quite naturalistic colours, right? Not over the top, but yeah, you see like these guys, right? Instead of that sort of plasticky orange, it's quite a sort of
you mean green?
Yeah. Instead of a plastic orange, it's quite green. It's more a naturalistic, vibrant green. You know.
Yeah, like a leaf green.
Yeah, but more desaturated than a leaf green, right? And you see, like, even the reds aren't, like...
super vibrant.
Yeah, and so it's not that this is neon at all.
No, yeah.
Right?
It just feels more vibrant.
And I think that that's fine because this is one of your showcase models. This is going to be one of the highlights of your army, right? Because as far as I know, with Age of Sigmar, it revolves around showcase models.
Does it?
Yeah, well, so when I say showcase models, what I should say is centerpiece models. Oh. So, you know, like, for example, let's say you're doing Bellicor, right?
Yeah.
Bellicor is going to be the center of the army and sort of everything's going to fight around him, right?
Okay.
Let's say that you're playing these guys. This guy's going to be the center of the army and everything's going to be fighting around them. Oh. It's not a game where like sort of foot sluggers are the heroes. It's like some big duder guy is the key guy.
Interesting.
So I think I like it.
I like it.
And I think keep it that level of vibrancy. I think that the naturalistic stuff is looking good. You know, nothing...
I mean, colour choices is great.
Yes, colour choices is good. And, you know, we'll see how things continue. But as far as I can tell, I like everything that I'm seeing thus far. And this is still works in progress. So I think you're doing great, Carrie.
More celebratory cheese for me.
Yes. Keep up the good work. You want Bicket?
No, just cheese.
Just cheese?
Yes.
And so I flapped my gums more and I said, you know, when it comes to stealing time, it's important to have somewhere where you can continually paint.
Yeah. Like my house?
Yes. So, as far as I know, he's painting up this bench here because...
Oh, not the helmet?
What helmet?
And the other things?
I don't see any other things.
Oh, so it's just a bench?
Well, as far as I can tell, I mean, like...
Yeah, I see the spray paint in the background.
Yeah, there's some green paint and that sort of thing, right? But I figured that, you know, like, that's for something else here. Because, like, there's... Why? Because, you know, like, he's told me that he's doing up, like, some sort of camouflage scout or something. But, yeah, no, it's looking great, mate.
Very green.
Very, very green. And he tells me that he's still working on it today.
It's a costume.
Yes.
Very nice.
So hopefully, he'll be ready for tomorrow when the convention comes on.
The
Convention. But honestly, rather than like the really sort of super gloss vibrant, I like it more when things are battle damaged. Battle damage. Okay.
Oh, more movement tray.
Yes. Work continues. Ha! Here's less glossy.
The lady has black now.
Yes, she has the black now.
And the man too.
Yes, but because like it's just the first coat, he
just going.
Yeah, he looks very, because of the expression. It's just, huh. You know, like that. I forget what the game is when you click on a guy, it'll go, huh.
Squidward?
Oh, is that Minecraft?
Oh my god, is it?
Yeah, he's Minecraft man. He just... But yeah, it's looking good. So, like, he's done up some more of these.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that they're looking good. He'll put a little tough on them and that sort of thing. But, like...
Put more stoof on it.
Until I actually see things on them, I think...
Is it difficult to visualize?
Yeah.
How it will be
conceptualize
used?
even.
Okay.
I did.
Oh my god!
I did up things, so I will leave the room and leave my wife to abuse me.
No.
Yes.
No. Honey, I will just skip it.
Sleep now. Go. You look through things and abuse me.
Honey, you're meant to be here.
Oi.
He's disappeared. Well, he's done up an army. Hooray for customer son. And look at it. It's very vibrant. Even though they're chaos guys. And very cohesive. Which is correct. Let's look at more things. Look, it's the command squad. I liked how this looked before he added the red, because it's too sort of vibrant. I think it doesn't look like a mutated flesh that was incorrect. I liked how it was just a Xenothol Prime with that sort of pinkish contrast paint over. It looked like sickly organs. I think that made more sense. But other than that, look at it. Also because he had already done the scrolling, I thought the paper could have been a much more brighter bone color, rather because it's a bit too close to the bone desaturated color here. This could have been a bit brighter, I think. But other than that, very nice, very nice. Look at that. Look at that. He did the chrome. Can you see how shiny? So shiny. Look at the booty. Booty fluffy. Yes, very nice. But I think this one maybe could have been a bit more different color. Like a sandy fur, maybe? Because it's sort of orange. It's quite close to the red. It could have a different sort of contrast there. But it doesn't look bad. There you go. Like I thought that this back here, this is nice. It looks more like flesh, I think. And yes, Mr. Psycho Man. And I like this. This is very nice. Very smooth blending with a very nice tentacle octopus color combination. Very nice, very nice. Thick Neck Man. Always love the Thick Neck Man. I like how the monsters were done in the end because they have a very good amount of shading, character, Very well done. I think it's too bright, the white for this guy, but I understand it's contrast. But oh, look at that! This is the back. Also like the magenta wings, but I do wonder if maybe the bone here could have been a different color, close to magenta or black, so it would fade from a flesh tone to a very dark color, because it does look a bit jarring, like, because you don't usually see this sort of color for the bone flesh, but I can see that it's the finger of this man that's extended into the wings, made into the wings. So yes, look at that, like the base. Oh, look at it, stilts, very nice. See, so vibrant, so nice. Looks like flesh, tortured flesh came out really good, like muscles. It is a very pale guy. Yes, very ghostly looking man. I really like the way that the wings was done with the magenta. Oh, I didn't notice that before, but there's like purple things between his fingers. Yes, and I think it was very well done, honey. I like her because of green hair. Oh yes, and the skin, we have done different color skin to give a lot of variety to this team. As you can see, many different tones, and I think the dark skinned peoples came out really well. Very good blending, very good character. You see, the shading was done very nice. Yes, good job, honey.
She's meant to abuse me, but she just does that in real life instead. And finally, we have Cyan. So he's
shoulder pad focus.
Yes.
Well, it's a very smooth shoulder pad, that's for sure. So, what is we talking about?
So, Justin Gray says that's some really awesome work. With painting like this, I would suggest painting the whole pad white, then
base coat the braid red.
Yeah. I pretty much agree with everything that Justin has said here. But yeah, so it is quite smooth, but you do need that depth, which essentially is what Justin is saying. I think it looks good. I like some of the highlighting here that you've done, right? I think that you're getting better at the highlighting. You've been improving each and every week, and that's the thing that you got to focus on. That you've been getting those improvements in, right? Don't beat yourself up that things aren't perfect yet, because each and every week you're coming in, you're giving it a crack, you're having a go. As the Australians say, have a go, you mug. And like the thing is, you're only going to get better if you keep painting. Yes. So just keep at it. Yes. And I think you are improving. With that, that's us for this week. We hope that you have enjoyed this podcast. And Cal, I'm super impressed with you putting the extra work in for those tufts. I can't say that enough how impressed I am with you for doing that, because like these guys look excellent. I think that's like brought these guys up almost to character level by just doing that, because they look so good. They really pop off, and since they've got such great contrast against their base, I think that really, really makes them look so nice. Brushstrokes, we love you as always, and we hope to see some more painted models. And I'm glad to see my wife painting again. Yeah. And Joseph, we always love seeing your work, my dude. Yes. Even some of the times when it'll get us demonetized. Even though we can't monetize. Well, not until we get that pin.
The darn pin.
And certainly not for this one. And yeah, Cian, focus on, that you're getting better. That's the thing you got to focus on, my dude. And Davith, one face.
One face.
One face. And so I wanted to say about Peter before we go on. Peter, I think just some stripes, you'll be all good. Paul, I think that, you've been improving each time we've seen, the build's been coming along. Try out that AK Interactive Snow, and hopefully that will improve things.
Hooray!
And, yeah, so that will be good. And finally, James, sorry about the yawning. It is very late here.
Mr. Victor.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of guts to show off tabletop and be, know that you got a shaky hand and that sort of thing, and still go, I'm going to put this out on the internet in a public area and put comments out. So I think, you've got the jangly bits, so well done for that, and hopefully those tips help you out. All right, so to my peoples, my painting peoples, we're gonna say good luck and good night.
Have more victory cheese.
Yes, more victory cheese. All right, everybody.
Keep those brushes wet.
Bye-bye.